What's up with it, y'all?
I'm back at it again with another video, man. Today we're going to be talking about if Lamar's chance to win a Super Bowl has slimmed down since he didn't do it this year. I feel like it was definitely his window of opportunity this year because the way the AFC panned out this year, he didn't have to worry about Joe Burrow. There was no Tom Brady.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers got hurt and didn't play at all this season. The Chiefs, they really didn't even look that good this year. And honestly, they just looked like themselves. And then you look at the receiving core, they didn't have a Kadarius Toney. They didn't have a
Scott Moore.
They didn't have a Tyreek Hill. And Travis Kelce didn't look how he looked all year until the playoffs. Like, he just started looking like himself again. So I feel like it was kind of his year to win it just based off of the strength of his team, his MVP caliber year he had, and then the defense was just unstoppable. So I feel like it's going to be kind of hard for him to repeat it again if everybody comes back next year healthy in the AFC.
Right, yeah. Definitely, I feel like this year was definitely probably his year to go ahead and win it. I still feel like he got a chance to still win, but I feel like this year was definitely the year. Like, pretty much like we just said, no Aaron Rodgers with the Jets this year. The Chiefs took out Josh Allen and the Bills. I was gonna say the Chargers. I ain't really gonna respect them. But now they got Jim Harbaugh. So who knows what the Chargers gonna be? You had a young C.J. Stroud. This is his first year, so he only gonna get better. So, you know what I'm saying? You really got all these good ass teams, and then the Bengals. We all know what the Bengals do whenever they got Joe Burrow and them boys. So I feel like this definitely was like the year for them to go ahead and get it done this year, because going forward, it's going to be hell trying to get through the AFC side of the bracket. So I definitely feel like this year was definitely the year to get it done. I still think it's possible to get it done in years to come, just because he's only going to get better. This was his first year with his offensive coordinator from Georgia. So I feel like they kind of learned some things from this year and got some things to take away into next year. So I definitely think they still got a chance. But this year was definitely the year. So I don't think it'll ever be this easy. Let me say that, because the Chiefs did not look that good all year. Like, I've been picking against the Chiefs, and shit, they've been proving my ass wrong. So if you can't beat them now, it's gonna be hard to beat them next year whenever they go get a receiver or go get another weapon. So definitely.
Yeah, man. If we look back at the year that they had, they were the best team in the AFC. They ended up getting the first round bye. And then they got a home game to open up against the Texans, where they went out and they played a very solid game. I feel like you couldn't ask for nothing better. I mean, you didn't have to play Josh Allen. You didn't have to play, like I said, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. The only teams that you only had to beat two teams, which was the Texans, which you went out and did that. And then you had a Chiefs team that I feel like was kind of iffy. Like, a lot of people didn't know what to expect from them. But Mahomes, of course, comes out and just played. He balled out like the GOAT that he is. I feel like he's the modern day Tom Brady. Like, him and Travis Kelce are like the combination of Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. So
for sure,
I feel like it's gonna be kind of interesting to watch them over these next little few stretches of years, because that was his 7th AFC Championship game, I think, for Patrick Mahomes, and now he's going to his 4th Super Bowl, I think. So he's got a chance to win his 3rd ring right now, and I think it's gonna be getting scary for them boys in the AFC. It's going to be tough for everybody to kind of come in and beat those guys, because Mahomes, he just don't give you no margin for error. And then what makes him so deadly, too, is because the fact that not only is he like a smart quarterback with a crazy arm and high IQ, but he's able to run and manipulate you by looking you off. And, like, it's kind of like playing throw-up tackle, like when you was kids. Like, the way he plays, and then his baseball background. So he's just an all-around athlete. So,
but you can't sack him. You can't pick him. You can't do nothing. I mean, he pretty much go out there and do whatever he wants. The thing with Mahomes is he go score whenever he need. Like, whenever he have to score, he always go score. Mm-hmm. So, like, stopping him for, like, anybody is going to be tough. Like, because, like I said, bro, like, he don't really got, like, of course he got Travis Kelce, but he don't really got crazy weapons how he had whenever Tyreek Hill was there. Like, just imagine whenever they address all these receivers that they don't have, like, you know what I'm saying? They got Rice, who nice, but I feel like they're gonna get somebody else. So I feel like they only gonna get better from here. So I feel like if you couldn't beat them this year, then it's really scary for damn near the whole NFL. Because I feel like I said Brady. I feel like Mahomes gonna be back here next year again. So.
Oh, yeah, definitely. This was the year to beat them. I feel like they are the team to beat in the AFC. I mean, I would put the Bengals in there as well, but Joe Burrow, it's hard for him to stay healthy, and then we don't know what the future looks like for their defense or their receiving core.
T. Higgins might not come back, so I mean, it's a whole lot of question marks here.
Got to figure out what you're gonna pay Tyler Boyd. I don't know if Jamar Chase's contract is coming up or something, or yet. I don't know if he got paid yet. I can't remember, but you got to pay him. Joe Mixon, I don't know what they're gonna do with him.
But
so
yeah.
It's gonna be tough. I definitely feel like too for the Ravens, they got a lot of stuff to figure out too. I feel like offensively they should be good because you got a plethora of running backs. So I mean that's something you don't got to worry
their
about.
running backs really plug and play. So running back really ain't no issue for them. They can go get anybody.
Especially with that old line they got, and then with Lamar's ability to be able to run the ball, and then you got a good solid tight end. Two tight ends.
Oh God.
Yeah, so I mean you got a good play action game with that and a good running game. So I mean you got a rookie in Zay Flowers who came out and had a great year.
Yeah, he definitely balled for sure.
You got Rashad Bateman. You got Odell Beckham, which I don't know if he's gonna stay here for this season or for another season or if he's gonna retire. Or
I feel like he wasn't featured a lot this year, like he probably wanted to be. I know that he older, but you still got to think about it. It's like Odell, he still want the ball in like big moments. You could tell like he got the ball on like a four down. He maybe got like 3 or 4 yards, but he got up and teed up. You could just tell, like, know what I'm saying? He really want the ball in like moments like that. So I don't know if OBJ coming back, but I mean he might.
He can still create space too. Like it was a couple of times that I was watching because when I watch the game, I don't just watch the ball. I kind of watch the whole entire thing going on. So I see him definitely getting open and creating space because I want to see like what's open before it actually happened. But I feel like they just kind of felt more confident in their younger guys or whatever the case may be. But I definitely feel like they should keep him and use him as like a third down player. Like kind of how some teams they have a guy that they go to on third downs like Lamar St. Brown, like even though he's like really their number one receiver, but if he's not getting the touches and somebody else is getting the touches, they definitely go to him on third downs to get the first down. So I feel like he could definitely be that type of receiver. Or they could get him in some jet sweeps, you know what I'm saying? Just something to kind of mix it up a little bit because you got that in Zay Flowers for sure, but you definitely got a receiver in Odell who can give you a spark just off of the big plays he's able to make. So I feel like offensively they'll be good. Defensively, I feel like they'll probably still be good too. They got Roquan Smith, Patrick Queen.
They got a whole bunch of young DBs too, so they got that boy Cal Hamilton. I ain't gonna lie, that boy showed me something in that game, bro. That boy was all over the field, so them boys really scrapped up on defense. I feel like shit, they really can just go get like fucking edge rushers probably. That's probably the only thing they might need next year.
That'll take them to a whole nother level because they got the linebackers to fill the gaps and they can fly around, stop the run. They can play the pass well too. They got a good ass interior because it's hard as fuck to run the ball in them. Yeah. They got the DBs. They got Marlon Humphreys. They got like you said, Cal Hamilton, which he flies around. I feel like he can kind of play like a honey badger, like an inside the box as well. Sure. Because he's physical, he's fast, and he's smart. Like he know how to time the blitz.
Blitz, blitz is crazy with him. And he's tall as hell. So.
Yeah, he's tall too. So that's another good thing about him. He's tall with a good wingspan.
He can match up with the tight ends, kind of how they had him on Kelsey. You know what I'm saying?
And I think they said something about that was his first time when Kelsey scored on him in the playoffs. His first time getting scored on by a tight end all year. So
yeah.
They definitely got the pieces on defense too. It's just about what they gonna do with Lamar, and I feel like it ain't even just all the way on Lamar. Even though they say he kind of choked that game, which I feel like he did, just because of the fact that I feel like the moment was too big for him because he was so focused on it being a legacy game, and then going against Mahomes, you can't really make no mistakes because he gonna be perfect all the way around because he's been there, he's poised. So it's just kind of about you just staying in your zone and just focusing on making one play at a time. And I feel like he was trying to get antsy and do too much. Yeah. And they didn't really help him out with the play calls either. I mean, they was getting blitzed a lot during the game, and they kept on having medium to deep route concepts.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I feel like when that's going on, you got to get the ball out quick, and you got to throw behind the blitz, bro.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely could have used some more screens with like Zay Flowers and Bateman, or even Mark Andrews, bro. Like I want to say he only had like one catch. Like, what was the point of even bringing him back for real? You know what I'm saying? You got Mark Andrews and they fucking blitzing you. They was damn near doing like like a man blitz. So, bro, you got hella man beaters, bro. You got OBJ over there. You got Zay Flowers. You got Likely. You got more injuries. Somebody getting open, bro. So I feel like they route concepts was either taking too long to develop because, like you were saying, they was throwing a lot of deep balls and he was kind of just overthrowing them just a little bit. So I definitely feel like they could have called a better offensive game plan, more short to intermediate routes for sure. And then I feel like there was a couple times where like Lamar could have took off and he was holding the ball too long. So I feel like he'll definitely learn a lot from that game because I feel like there was times where like they was blitzing him off the edge and he could have just gashed him. I feel like he was just kind of sitting in the pocket a little too long. So I feel like it's plenty to take away from the film. And I feel like he'll, you know what I'm saying, learn from this moment and come back and be better, for sure.
Yeah, no, I definitely saw that too. Like Lamar wasn't being Lamar. We all know Lamar for using his legs. Like that's how he won the Heisman in college. That's how he came in rookie year and made a spark. Like you got to use your legs when you're Lamar Jackson. Nobody else can play like you. Like he's the first thing that we've seen like that since Michael Vick. Being honest,
Definitely.
Well, Cam Newton was just a freak athlete. Like he was 6'4", 6'5", 250. And was able to make dudes miss and you know what I'm saying, just make big plays with his legs. So I feel like Lamar not being Lamar cost him in that game too. Not only the coaching, but like you said, if he had the ability to run the ball and he didn't do it. Like he was trying to be a pocket passer, which I feel like he's trying to play against that narrative because like everybody said he want to be a running back.
Whenever I seen him holding the ball a lot most of the game, like the one where like he got stripped. Like, bro, you can only get away with that little duck and spin out the sack so many times, bro. Yeah. Like, bro, you can't keep, you know what I'm saying, ducking. They gonna catch on, and then they was blitzing from the edges. So I'm like, bro, you see him coming, bro, and you just can't sit there and hold the ball. Like, it was times where I was like, bro, you can't take a sack right here. He took a sack. I'm like, bro, like, so it was just times where I feel like he definitely could have took off and used his legs because Josh Allen was getting busy whenever he was taking off running the ball, and Lamar Jackson way faster than Josh Allen, so I'm like, bro, you definitely can get up out of there and make something happen. So
more elusive too. I feel like even with the added weight, he's still fast enough to outrun any D lineman that they go against or linebacker court. I don't feel like there was anybody that could have caught him as far as him getting out the pocket or running. Even though that was the Chiefs' game plan, they wanted him to run east to west, which I feel like they really shouldn't have wanted him to run east to west. I feel like they was only saying that because the way he's playing this year as far as wanting to throw the ball more and run less. So that was smart on their part, but if Lamar would just go be Lamar, if you force him east to west, he can get a first down every time. So
yeah, man. Another thing, I feel like they really abandoned the run. Like they really just went away from the run, and I feel like they really never really tried to run the ball for real. And that's really what they do. They kind of do everything off the run. So I feel like they kind of got away from themselves. They defense kept them in the game all game. Hats off to their defense. Yeah. They held Mahomes and them boys to 0 points in the second half. That was really hard to do, and I really feel like they just kind of got on their horses a little too late. Like that went into like the fourth quarter to like really start trying to get something going. Like, bro, you gotta have that sense of urgency. Like third quarter, bro, you already losing. They came out and got the ball first. Your defense got to stop, got them off the field. You gotta have that sense of urgency early, bro. This is a damn playoff game. So,
like, yeah, you gotta put Mahomes under some type of pressure, or at least make him play from behind to at least put a little bit of pressure on him, even though he don't really feel pressure, I feel like, but you got to put some type of pressure on him, and I feel like they would have been able to do that as far as clock management, too. If you run the ball a lot more and you own the time of possession, there was no way the Chiefs should have been winning time of possession the way that the Ravens play. The Ravens literally run the ball down your throat the whole entire game, and they play action off of it. That's how they get their big plays. But they literally kept dropping back and having Lamar had the ball in his hands the entire game, which I get it. Like, he got you to the playoffs and all that. That's cool, but as long as you run the ball, you got multiple running backs, and you added Dalvin Cook, so you got fresh legs that you can keep in the game to keep your running game effective. So I feel like they should have definitely did that more and used Zay Flowers and some jet sweeps and some short stuff. Like, I don't know. I just feel like the coaching just wasn't where it needed to be that night. I feel like Andy Reid just outcoached him, and he didn't really have to do too much. He was just beating them with screens and blitzes.
Literally with screens. He was killing them with screens. And the fucking Kelsey. Another thing, the one thing that their defense wasn't really doing was Kelsey, bro. Like, they was running zone, bro. You cannot run zone with him, bro. All he gonna do is run and sit where nobody at. Like, he's like one of the best to do it, bro. So I don't get. It's third down and shit. They trying to run zone coverage. Like, bro, y'all need to be doubling Kelsey and fucking say go to somebody else or something, bro. But like they was letting Kelsey get busy. He went 11 for 11. Like that's crazy. So
yeah, most of the time when they played man, I mean they locked him up. I mean he made a couple big plays when they were in man, but I feel like you give yourself a better chance playing him in man. You got to be physical at the line, throw his timing off, and then just play good defense all the way down the field and don't get too handsy. And I feel like you can guard him because I mean everybody can see that Kelsey is Mahomes' comfort zone. Like he's his safety blanket. That's the only guy that he's really looking to go through. I mean, I think he was 11 for 11. He threw the ball to him 11 times. He caught 11 passes. So if you're just able to put more emphasis on stopping Kelsey and whoever is guarding him for that day is able to stop him, they'll be good. And I feel like it's going to be interesting to see in the Super Bowl because Fred Warner is probably going to be doing a lot of man coverage against Travis Kelsey. So it's going to be interesting to see who else can make a play because you're going to have Tre'Davious Ward probably guarding the best receiver, which probably going to be Rice.
He'll probably be on Rice. I mean, he'll have to. I feel like they're going to get a whole lot of Pacheco.
Yeah, definitely going to get a lot of Pacheco because I'm not going to lie, the Chiefs was able to run the ball kind of decently against the Ravens defense. I think Pacheco probably had somewhere around 60 yards, 50-something yards.
Yeah, I want to say like 68.
68, and that's solid against their defense. I mean, you don't have to have 100-yard rushing
really
game.
Don't give up that much.
Yeah, so I mean, the fact that they were able to get 5 and 6 yards a carry, sometimes big gashes for a first down. I feel like the Chiefs are definitely gonna be able to run the ball on San Francisco, especially since what the Lions just did to them.
What the Lions did in Green Bay, they definitely is gonna be a Pacheco game for sure.
No facts, but hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, man. We was able to kind of give y'all a rundown of how the game went, and then just kind of give y'all what we thought about how the future's gonna go for the Ravens. I think Lamar definitely still wins MVP this season.
Yeah, for sure.
He had a great year, and I called that Patrick Mahomes was gonna win that game. Like I said, you just can't let him get. And here he is in the Super Bowl. What did I say?
It's crazy.
Even think about that. I told you that like weeks ago. He was gonna get to the Super Bowl.
It's crazy. I literally picked against him the whole way. Hey, but y'all asked me who I'm taking the Super Bowl though. I learned my lesson. I learned.
Yeah, man.
I'm going with that man.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Mahomes too, man. He's just different, bro. And I mean, you got to give your hats off to Mahomes, but you also can't be too hard on Lamar. I feel like just because, like, at the end of the day, like, yeah, you gotta want to beat the best, but it's kind of like, man, you just went against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, bro, in an AFC championship, like. That was your first time making it. I mean, I understand, you know what I'm saying, the year you had, but sometimes it's just, you know what I'm saying, some things are just guaranteed. Just like they say, there's 3 things guaranteed in life. It's death, taxes, and Patrick Mahomes. You know what he do, so.
Nah, that's insane. Just imagine this, like, they're like, yeah, bro, this low-key, the Chiefs' worst year, but they still get to the Super Bowl. Like, that's concerning.
Now, if they're going to win it, like, you got to, I feel like, Mahomes is definitely the face of the NFL after this year if they win it. So Lamar is definitely going to be under some scrutiny for that. People even might argue that he got paid a little too soon. Like they should have just held out this entire season to see what happened and then kind of went from there. But I feel like he still did enough to what he got paid. He still had a great year. He came out and responded well. He just came up short.
Hell of a year.
I mean, AFC Championship, that's one step better than they was last year. So maybe in the next couple of years, they can actually get to the big game and win it. So
yeah.
But, yeah, man, that's going to be it for this video, though, man. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your post notifications. Also, you guys are watching the videos, but y'all not subscribed to the channel because sometimes the views don't reflect subscribers on the channel, man. So y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel, man. Show some love, man. We appreciate y'all for watching and supporting those who do support. And
y'all just make sure y'all go hit that subscribe button, man, and leave a comment down below.
Yeah, man, we gonna get your social security number again, get your taxes. Nah, just playing. But we out, man.
Nah.